Do you struggle to get out of bed and have no energy, willpower, or motivation to do anything in the morning? Yes? Well, then hi, are you me? Because I did that every day. I was snoozing my alarm and watching shorts on my phone for hours. Where'd it go? And no matter what I tried, I always ended up procrastinating all morning. It made me feel like a failure before the day even started. So I found a way out. A way to do morning routines for anyone with ADHD that actually helps you get up on time and have that happy and productive day that you truly deserve. I've been doing it for the past 450 days plus, and I've been teaching it to my coaches and friends who are starting to hit their own goals as well. Like my best friend just finished her first ever month of daily morning exercise because of it. And I'm so proud of her. That's the kind of thing that I want for you too. So in this video, I'll show you why it is that mornings feel impossible with ADHD, what I discovered that changed how I do my morning routine completely, and what the smallest changes that you can make right now are that will help you start rocking your mornings even with ADHD. But first, you need to understand why morning routines feel like the enemy. So I made you a keynote. You see, neurotypical brains are like MP3 players. They can turn on and play any song within seconds. It's like one button or something. That's pretty easy for anyone to learn, right? Anyone can do it. Things like waking up on time, checking off some morning habits, and planning the day, they're just so much easier for people who have proper executive functioning, because they don't have to deal with the distractions and the hundreds of thoughts and impulsivity that we have to deal with. But our brains are more like record players. You can't just drop the needle on them and expect them to play any song within seconds, because that requires more setup and patience than that. It's tempting to compare them to the MP3 players and think, well, why can't I do that? Why can't I do what they can do? But you can. You need to set up your record player properly. Place the needle down gently, give it some time, and your music will play just fine too. But there's no way to force it. No way to work faster or differently, and that's by design. And yet, most ADHDers will try to force it anyway, because that's what we're taught. Try harder, don't be lazy, drink some coffee, and you'll be okay. They'll leave you looking for an instant fix, like that one hack that will finally get you to change and do better from now on till forever. ADHD cured, I guess. But if you've already had your 4 a.m. routine where you go to the gym and you give up 1 week later, you probably know that doesn't work. Or if you've tried supplements to make yourself sleep on time, or you pulled an all-nighter to reset your schedule, or you have 8 alarms in the morning that you turn off and then proceed to scroll on your phone for 3 hours, you know it. They expect you to change, but that doesn't work and it never lasts. So if nothing worked, nothing changed, and you want to give up on mornings anyway, because what's the point? You're actually struggling because of ADHD. And that is why things don't work out. So how do you solve this? That's where having a proper ADHD-friendly morning routine can actually change your whole life. You see, the important thing here is life with ADHD is very much like a row of dominoes. You make one bad decision, like impulsively watching TV all night, and it brings other bad decisions with it. Waking up late and staying in bed to watch YouTube, which then makes you feel gross and tired, so you eat cookies and chips in bed, which don't turn off this video because it's important. Once you give in to your impulsivity and start making some bad decisions, it feels like you're past the point of no return, and it's really hard to recover from that. Like it takes a lot of motivation and willpower. So really, one bad choice can ruin your whole day. But what if you use that to your advantage instead? Make yourself a nice breakfast or something. Then you might find yourself walking outside on your lunch break and doing really nice things for yourself. Maybe you'll feel good about it and clean your house or sign up for a course or something. It's really hard to keep up. It's much harder than the bad streak, but it does happen. And that's why your morning routine is so incredibly important. It's your chance to start a positive chain reaction that will change your entire day. Because guess what? When you wake up, literally nothing else has happened. You haven't been distracted, you haven't been demotivated, you probably don't even remember all the things you're supposed to remember. And that's your chance. Set a resolution to start doing some good things that will motivate you and bring more good things with them. And after that, you can always indulge your inner goblin that wants to watch YouTube videos and procrastinate in bed all day long. Like, that's the easiest thing in the world. It's the biggest lesson I teach for ADHD altogether. Your best weapon is prevention. Don't get into that situation where you need to say no to the goblin and stop them, because that takes a ton of executive function and energy. Use your morning routine to protect you from them for as long as possible. But what does that even mean? And how do you actually do it? Because you're not stupid or lazy, and I'm sure you've tried 1,000 other things before, right? Here's what I learned in the 450 days of doing this and the years of experimentation that came before that. Sadly, you'll have to learn to use a record player. Step number 1. Figure out what your brain needs to feel ready for the day. There's no need to add meditation or exercise to your routine if that's not something that you actually need. Step number 2, take the thinking out of it. Probably wake up with 1,000 or 0 things on your mind. ADHD brains take a while to fire up, and it must be all those amazing ideas, I guess. So you have to give them some time. That's why you want to create a little instruction manual for your record player. Write down everything that you want to do step by step for your routine. And that way you can just look at it in the morning and start doing the things without actually having to think about it. Use an app or a checklist or a whiteboard or a poster on your wall for all I care. It doesn't really matter. The point is, you're not thinking. You're not using your executive function for this. Step 3 is you want to take the timing out of your mornings, because I'm pretty sure you're time blind. What's the time? It's 1. Thank you. That was actually kind of really perfectly timed. Also, why would you want to spend any executive function on that either? Use a playlist, use a stopwatch or a timer or anything that you like, but give yourself a clear, visible, audible, external sense of time so you don't need to use yours. Bonus points if you actually make it fun or challenging. Neurotypical MP3 players don't need this. But this is about what works for you, whether it's 5 steps or 25 steps. As long as it helps you push a few dominoes and stave off the goblin while your brain takes its time to wake up and prepare, it's a good routine, and I want to help you create it. I spent the last few months working on a step-by-step system that I can easily give to you so that you can create your own consistent morning routine and learn to push a few dominoes from the get-go. It includes all the hacks and advice and lessons that I teach my coaches and I use myself every single day into one in-depth video course that will help you transform your mornings. It's an approach that adds structure to your mornings, but still keeps that flexibility and freedom that ADHDers need to live and breathe, basically, so you can do whatever you want with structure. Plus, it will be fun, doable, and easy to start. Click the link below to find out more, and I can't wait to hear how it works for you.